Hello students, welcome to English classes with Swati Datta where English is made fun and lucid. I urge each and everyone watching this video to subscribe to my channel where I teach intensively with a practical approach to help students excel in exams and achieve better marks. I apologize for the long delay in developing this video which occurred due to certain technical issues at my end, and I required time to sort out these technical problems. So to all my students whom I kept waiting, I tell them a very big sorry. Today's poem is Abou ben Adhem. This is a class 10 ICSE poem. And before I get into the poem, let me tell you briefly about Leigh Hunt, the poet. Leigh Hunt was a British poet. You have read quite a number of British poets in your syllabus. Leigh Hunt was a prolific writer, poet, and journalist. He lived for about 70 years and was a very close friend of Keats. Now, Keats was also one of the famous English poets of his time, and Leigh Hunt, he was very productive throughout his literary career. But the poem that was most widely read was Abou ben Adhem, the one that we are reading. Now this poem has a fable-like quality, meaning the poem has a moral at the end of it. You read the whole poem and find a very fruitful message which can be beneficial to you in your course of life. So it can be called a didactic poem also. But why does it have a fable-like quality and why isn't it a fable? Because in fables you have animals or non-living things who are given the form of humans and they speak like humans do. But here we have Abou ben Adhem, a person in reality, and thereby this is a fable. This is not a fable but has a fable-like quality. Now let us know about who the person was. Abou ben Adhem is a character who was semi-historical and semi-mythical, meaning there was this person was loosely based on the life of a Sufi saint. His name was Ibrahim ibn Adhem. Now this Ibrahim Adhem, he lived in 718 to 782. Now when he lived, he was a man who had a very humble lifestyle. And most important and interesting part of his life was that he was a king first. In the initial years of his life, he was a king and he renounced his throne. He left all his luxuries behind and he chose the path of an ascetic, meaning he became a saint and he became a Sufi saint. Now Sufism is a branch of Islam, Islamic tradition. It's one of the most spiritual stream of Islamic tradition. And a Sufi is a pilgrim who has made God's quest the ultimate purpose of life, meaning the search for God is the ultimate goal of a Sufi's life. Now Sufism is a search for divine love and knowledge through direct personal experience of God, meaning they want to practice meditation and stillness, no movement, and through practice of all this they want to be close to God, and then they try to search divine love and knowledge. So that's all about Sufism. Briefly, obviously. Now, this Abou ben Adhem was a very holy man. He lived a very pure life. Now, one day what happened? He was sleeping. One night, rather, he was sleeping and in his room there came an angel. Now let's see what happens. What all conversation takes place. Alright, now let's begin. Abou ben Adhem, may his tribe increase, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace. Now Abou ben Adhem, this is the anglicized name of this Ibrahim ibn Adham, alright? And may his tribe increase. So the moment the poem starts, at the very start of the poem, the poet Leigh, he begins with a small blessing. What does he say? May his tribe increase. Meaning, may such men, such holy, pious, pure men like Abou ben Adhem multiply in this world so as to make the world a better place. Now, why does he want so? What has Abou ben Adhem done? Let us find out. He awoke one night, meaning he just woke up one night from a deep dream of peace. Now, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace. Can you find out something? Here, deep dream is an alliteration. So, this is a poetic device that you must remember. Note it down, alright? So, deep dream has a repetition of the sound D, okay? The consonant sound D. So, this is an alliteration. Now, these poetic devices, they actually give a lyrical quality to the poem. Also, there's this fixed rhyming scheme also. Increase and peace. Increase in the first line and peace in the second. So, that gives you a rhyming scheme too. And saw within the moonlight in his room, making it rich and like a lily in bloom. Now again you find room and bloom. This is again very nice rhyming words, a pair of rhyming words. So you have increase, peace, room and bloom. So what does he see after waking up? He sees that the room is filled with moonlight. Now, try to understand the atmosphere and just feel the mood that the poet is trying to create. Leigh was also called the master of creation of mood and atmosphere. Now, can you understand that a mood is beginning to build up? So, the room is filled with moonlight. So, it's white and peaceful, making it rich and like a lily in bloom. So rich is a key word here, very important. And the moon and the room is moonlit, another key word, moonlight. Rich, deep dream of peace. All these things are very important. In exams, if you get questions, you will get questions primarily from these places. And like a lily in bloom. So this is a very poignant imagery. What's an imagery? Where you can vividly see the picture that the poet is trying to project in front of you. Why are the lilies so beautiful? Because when all of them together, when they bloom at one time, you have a beautiful fresh aroma all over you, all around you. It's wonderful. The fragrance is heavenly. So, the poet is trying to say that when he woke up, it felt like there are lilies in bloom, meaning so many lilies were blooming. It was so peaceful, so white, so pure and rich, and wonderfully calming. It had a calming effect on the person, Abou ben Adhem. An angel writing in a book of gold. So what did he see? He saw that an angel was writing in a book of gold. Exceeding peace had made Ben Adhem bold. You see, these rhymes are very childlike. You have you read the poem and you have this instant attractiveness. This poem has an instant attractiveness to it. Why? Because increase, peace, room, bloom, gold, bold, they're rhyming words indeed, but more than that, they are very simple words. With these, you can understand that the poet is trying to address the younger generation, the young people, the young mind, the children, because they are the ones who will be able to replicate what Abou ben Adhem has done. Because a matured mind will weigh and will try to justify with logic, etc. But if the young minds, if they are given any morals, if they are taught anything, they will accept it gladly. So the words here are very simple. Even the entire poem is very simple. And the message is also extremely easy to understand. Because the poem is meant for the younger people, for the younger minds, for the people like you, who can not only read it as a poem, but also read it like a moral story, something that you have to follow in your own life. So, this angel was writing something in the Book of Gold. Now, this Book of Gold was a precious book. It can be a book which is literally made of gold. Okay, it was a golden book. Maybe one meaning can be that. Another meaning can be that the Book of Gold was very precious, extremely precious, and what was written inside the book was also very precious. It was written by an angel. Also, the book was pure. Only true things were written inside the book. That's why it is a book of gold. And exceeding peace had made Ben Adhem bold, meaning Ben Adhem had done no wrong in his life. He had led such a simple life. He had always chosen the right over wrong, the truth over lies, and that's why he was so filled with peace and purity that he had this sense of courage. You know, you can be courageous and brave when you know that you are right. When you are wrong, you cannot adopt a strong demeanor, a strong exterior you cannot have. And that is why he just went and started to have a conversation with the angel. And to the presence in the room he said, "What writest thou?" The vision raised its head. So again you see, said and head. What writest thou? So he is asking this to the angel. What writest thou, meaning what do you write? So this is a small question that you find here. So you see, this comes within dialogue. So the poem has some dialogues here, a question and then an answer. So this dialogues will make the poem more real-like. This will give you a feeling that as if you are reading a real story. There is no mythology in it. To give the poem, to give this entire episode a lifelike quality, these dialogues have been used. What writest thou? Meaning, what are you writing? Who asks? Abou Ben asks this to the angel. And to the presence in the room. So, presence here is the angel. So, you can get this question that who is the presence that is referred to here? You will say the angel is referred to as the presence in the room. The vision raised his head. So vision is another word which is used for the angel. The presence, the vision, these are the two words used for the angel. What does the angel do? The angel raises her head, her or his, the gender is not clear here, raises its head and what does she answer? Answered, the names of those who love the Lord. And is mine one? Said Abou. Nay, not so. So the angel answers that I am writing the names of those people. I am making a record of those people who have deep love towards God, who love God very, who have a very close relationship with God. Now, Abou then asks, so is my name there in your list? And then the angel says, no, that's not there. Your name is not there, replied the angel. Abou spoke more low. Obviously, this displeased and disheartened Abou. He felt a little low, but soon after he just revived, but cheerily said, cheerily meaning with cheerfulness, with a lot of joy, but cheerily still, and said, I pray thee then, write me as one that loves his fellow men. So, again within quotes, so you see this is completely in form of conversation. Abou and the angel, they both have an exchange of words. So they both start talking. And Abou, right after feeling low for about a couple of minutes, he again just revives and says that I pray thee, when you write the names of the ones who loves his fellow men, who loves his neighbors, then please write my name also. So he wants that his name to be written in the list where the angel is writing the names of the people who love other people, meaning love for mankind. Okay. The angel wrote and vanished. So that night, the angel just vanished. The next night, it came again with a great waking light. So again the next night, the angel came back with a wakening light, meaning whenever these supernatural encounters happen, they tell that these angels and gods, they arrive with a divine light surrounding them. Okay, so when this angel comes, there was light all over in the room and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. And lo, Ben Adhem's name led all the rest. So, these last two lines are most important. Here, the angel shows the names of those who was blessed by God, whom God has blessed. So in that list, whose name is on the top? Abou Ben Adhem's name is on the top. He is leading the rest, meaning he is on the top of the rest of the people. Now at the end, you have this moral. What is the moral? That you do not need to be very religious. You do not need to go to mosques to be a religious person. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be loving your neighbors, the strangers all around, like you love yourself. So there are such similar teachings in all the religions. The Christianity says that you must love yourself, and at the same time you must love your neighbors too. And when you love your neighbors, remember your love for them should be an extension of your own love for yourself. Okay? So you should love them as much as you love yourself. And everywhere, even in Hinduism, we have this teaching where it is said that if you love humankind, if you love the animals, then you are actually taking care of God. You are actually offering your servings to God. So, in a way, you are serving God. In a way, you are loving God. So that is why at the end, when the angel shows a record of all those whom God has blessed, the first name was of Abou ben Adhem. And Abou ben Adhem was such a man who left everything behind to take up this life, this simplistic life. And in our Indian culture also, we had such a man like Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha, he too was a prince. He could have lived a life full of richness, full of servants serving him. But no, he chose to live a peaceful life and finally became an ascetic. He became a saint. So we have a similar person in our own culture too. Abou ben Adhem, thus, is a poem where the readers go away. So that's about it. This was Abou ben Adhem for you. I hope you have understood. If you have any problem, please write them down in the comment section below. I will try to address to your questions and answer them. Also, if you have any other poem that you want to know or any other prose for that matter, please write them down too. And subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and keep connected. Thank you very much for watching.